streaming live. I've got a special guest with us as well, the Iceman himself, Ice Chand. He's here with me. He's going to be doing a joint comms with me. And we will hopefully take you through the 50-minute race we've got here at the Laguna Seca WeatherTech Raceway. Obviously a 50-minute endurance race. You guys have probably seen the first two races. We were at Deep Forest, followed by Fuji, and obviously now we are here at Laguna Seca. So we're going to have a quick rundown through the grid. Obviously the guys have been out for qualifying and they are on the grid in their retrospective positions. I don't know if you want to take us through it, Ice? Yes, Nathan. Then we've got Ice Chand sat in 7th place. Dizzy Rip is there in 8th. We got Graham in 9th. Palmer is there in 10th. Asbo 11th. Ginger 12th. Smurf is in 13th. And Chuck bringing up the rear in 14th. So without further ado, should we get into it, Chand? I think it's about time we got into it. Let's grab the klaxon, boy. Oh, Christ, it's straight into it. Oh, it looks like we haven't actually got the lights. For some strange reason, the video has just started there. So we're just going to give it a klaxon. We'll go straight into it. So we've got Toten heading it up. We've got Wenny G going for a move up the inside there early on. Nathan's getting shuffled out a little bit. We've got Brian Moncani also making a move. Oh, and Ice Chand has actually picked up a slight 0.5-second penalty in that Red Bull. I guess that must be for track limits there, Ice. Also being challenged by Vexed. Yeah, Moulton's very fast at the moment, isn't it? He's looking like he's keeping it very consistent. So we've got Vexed. There's now pressure in Ice Chand. Ice Chand is going to serve that penalty. I think Vexed is going to get through. What do you reckon, Ice? And he does, for sure. But that penalty has definitely dulled the momentum somewhat, hasn't it? See if Ice Chand can keep the Vex through this next turn. It looked like he actually closed up through the braking zone there. So we'll go back on board with the race leader. He's definitely giving it some, isn't he? So we've got Wenny G still in 1st place, followed by Toten in 2nd. Then we've got Brian Moncani. He's there a little way back now in 3rd. And then we've got Vexed. He's up to 4th place. Ice Chand. He's there in 5th. Wow, so Vexed actually putting in the fastest lap there. That's not a bad time, to be fair. I think the guys... Good spot, Chand. Good spot. Oh, Molson! He loves a sausage, doesn't he, Ice? So we got Dizzy Rip. Dizzy Rip still in 6th place. Then we've got Asbo, he's taking advantage of Molson gobbling the sausage. We got Nathan, he's moved up to 8th place. He's got Palmer behind him. Oh, there was definitely something happened there, wasn't it, Chand? So Palmer in 9th. Can't quite remember where he started. Can you remember where he started, Chand? Okay, so he's definitely made up a few places, I feel. Then we've got Smurf. He's being challenged now by Mawson. Mawson, he's back in it. Dropping all the way to 11th place, though. He looks strong, though, doesn't he, in the Aston, Chand? We'll stay on board and have a look. Oh no, Palmer! I thought the same, Chand. I thought the same. I thought he was going to go straight into the side of him, but obviously great awareness there from Palmer. Mawson as well, great reactions. Definitely representing Marvel and Aston Martin. So Palmer, he's dropped now to 10th place. Smurf all the way down to 11th. And then we've got Graham. Graham actually starting to make a move now on Smurf. Oh, definitely, Chand. He's currently sat in 12th in that Alpine. He was looking like he was going to go for a move on Smurf, but looks like he's dropped a little way off now. We'll have a look on the onboard. Oh, I think you're definitely right, Chand. So then we've got Chuck. No, he didn't. No, that's right, Chand. He missed the last round, I think. He was present, wasn't he, for Deep Forest? He was really strong at Deep Forest, coming in 2nd place, I think it was. So he's definitely got his work cut out for him, hasn't he? Oh! That was a bit of a moment, wasn't it? Managed to regain it, though. So in last place currently, we've got Ginger. He's sat there in 14th place. He is slightly off the pace, for sure. He's definitely just put in his fastest lap so far of this race. So yeah, we'll go on board with Wayne G again, and yeah, he is, you're right, he's doing consistent 107s, so his last 4 laps after his first one, which you would expect to be slower because it's the out lap, he has done consistent 107s. Will he break it this time? Not quite, so another 107 there for Wayne G, still in first place. Oh! He's got it done! So Brian on fire at the moment. He was in 3rd place. He's managed to take Toten. He's moved up to 2nd. Toten's still firmly with him though. Oh, Toten! He's got it done! So up to 3rd currently. Good move there from Vexed. I got to say, I was feeling fairly confident around Laguna. I'd got some practice in, so feeling fairly consistent. Although I do think I remember I had a couple of mishaps later on in the race, so we'll have to wait and see. Watch out for them. So still in. If we look at the tyre wear though, Chand, I think the tyre wear is definitely a lot more on a Vex car than Toten's. It looks like Toten saved his tyres a little bit more. Yeah, for sure. And I think as we are now 8 minutes in, I don't think the pit is going to come anytime soon, is it? I think it's going to be around halfway. So 50-minute race. It'll probably be around 20-25 minutes. What do you reckon, Chan? Up to 5th place, Chan. You've got Dizzy Rip. He's not far off you now. He's definitely a few car lengths back, but looking quite quick and consistent around here tonight. He's the first person on mediums, so actually opting for the mediums in his first stint. Do you think that's affected him too much, or? He's definitely playing the long game though, isn't he? So then we've got Nathan, 7th place. He looks a little bit in no man's land at the moment, doesn't he, Chand? Yeah, so looking at his lap times, they are a little bit all over the place, aren't they? He's got a couple of fairly consistent. He's got 3 108s there, but the others, as you say, not very consistent. He does look a little bit, yeah, definitely. He looks a little bit uncomfortable, I feel. I think this is the one that catches a lot of people out, though, on the approach to the corkscrew there. That sharp left-hander, well, it's a fast left-hander, isn't it? Definitely. Definitely a fast track as well, not one for the faint of heart. So the first of the 2 Ferraris, we can see the other Ferrari teammate of Chuck in the background there, but Mawson is all over Palmer now, isn't he? I think we may see that move come. Let's go on board Mawson, and he's getting 107s, 108s. And that last one, as you predicted, 109. Definitely. I think there is a difference in compounds there as well. I think I did see, yeah, so Mark Palmer, he is in fact on mediums. So that may be giving out a bit of pace there to Mawson, who is sat on the softs at the moment. He is doing well. Oh! Here he comes. He got a little bit greedy on the apex there, didn't he, Chand? Interesting to see the difference in the RS usage as well. So Mawson actually almost full on his overtake, and Chuck has used, oh, he's used a chunk of it, hasn't he? Smurf has definitely picked up his pace, hasn't he? I think he's definitely improved a lot from the first round. I agree. So Graham still not managing to find his way past yet in the Alpine. Still sat there in 12th place. Oh, he's actually, yeah, good spot. So what is Smurf on? Smurf is in fact on softs, and Graham is on the mediums. But as you said, he is in fact gaining. And he has also done a 109 as well. His last lap was a 109. He did one on lap 4 as well, it looks like. Definitely. So we've got Asbo as well. We haven't really seen much of Asbo tonight. He's there in 13th place. So in fact, we've actually got 3 Ferraris on track tonight, Chan. I'm not sure how that happened. Oh no, Asbo! He's had a moment, he's into the barrier. Look at the dirt on them tyres as well. It's going to take a little while to get them clean again, I'm sure. I'd agree with you there, for sure, Chan. So who've we got? We got Ginger actually starting to creep up onto the back of Asbo after that moment that he had, but he's just collected the sausage. That didn't cost him too much. I thought he was going to completely lose that car then, but it was great save there from Ginge. Definitely. Yeah, I thought we were going to see a car off there, Chan, but it looks like whoever it was must have regained control and making their way. But if we look in the background there, we can see Wayne G and Brian starting to creep up now onto the back of the field. The Ferraris, so the Ferraris, Chuck, oh yes, there we go, so Asbo and Palmer. So maybe it was Palmer, I think it must have been Palmer at the moment, because he was up there, wasn't he? He was ahead of Smurf. Oh, Asbo! Oh, Asbo. Oh, and Ginger as well. He's going to lose that position to Ginger, is he? Ginger's got round the outside. Great cracking move there from Ginger. That was brave as balls. I do believe you're right, yeah. That is, in fact, Asbo getting blue flagged by Wayne G. So Wayne G moving through. He's going to be coming up onto the back of Ginger. And we can see in there as we look back, hopefully the back marker's not going to be causing too much of an issue for the front runners. Oh no, Ginger's actually just lost it. He's lost it. Asbo back through the 13th place. Got on board with Wayne G quickly. So he's managed to just come through the first of the back markers. Looking at his tyre wear there, Chand, it doesn't look like he's saved too much of them, too much of that rubber. He's doing well at the moment, isn't he? He's definitely still got a gap to Brian. Should we have a look? So we'll have a look where Brian is. So Brian is, I'd say he's probably around 5 or 6 seconds behind at this point. Oh no, Palmer's off again. So he's just lost out that position to Asbo as well, hasn't he? And it looks like Brian Moncani actually stealing the fastest lap for 106.594, so blistering lap there from Brian. So Asbo would have definitely seen them blue flags by now, wouldn't he? And he has, he stayed outside, has he? In fact, it does look like, yeah, he has. He's backed out. So, great awareness there from Asbo. Brian Moncani moving through quite easily. He's going to be able to... I think you're right there. As we do look forward, Wayne G is definitely a corner ahead now, isn't he? So here is Vexed. He's actually just gone through, I think, Chand. I believe he's just gone past Asbo. I think that would be him behind. Oh, it looks like Vex has actually used a lot more of that rubber than both Brian and Wayne G. And he's used nearly all of his overtake as well. Already, and we're not even halfway through the race yet. So Vex definitely trying to do his utmost to try and keep up with Brian and Wayne G, but he can't even see Brian at the moment, can he? We've got Chand. He's just crossed the start-finish line. He's got Toten on the back of him now as well. Toten trying to look for that move up the inside. He's going to go up the inside into turn one. No, not quite that time round. It's looking like Ice is under immense pressure now. What was you thinking at this point, Chand? Yeah, some great defensive driving. Staying very consistent at the moment from Chand. Yeah, your tyres are looking a little bit worse for wear there. It has to be said. And it does look like Toten, he has definitely got the grip advantage at the moment, hasn't he? Oh, he's right on you. He is, he's definitely going to get it into turn one, isn't he? He's got the inside now. Definitely. Well, that was great defensive driving there from Chan for that lap to be able to hold Toten off. But you've now let him through to try and chase down Vext. I think Vext is definitely going to be sweating as it comes up to the pit mark. Or the pit window. I think we will start to see our first people enter the pit soon. What do you think? So Wayne G still out of first place. He's still got a nice gap to Brian Carney. We can see him just behind. I think that was Graham we saw between them. And Wayne G opting to stay out again, so he thinks he's got another few laps left in them tyres. He is starting to catch the back markers again, isn't he? Also Chan's into the pits. I don't think Vex was too far behind you. I think Vex hung it out for another lap. But yeah, you see Chuck. I think that was Chuck, isn't it, up there, up ahead. He's just collected a bit of that gravel. It's not going to help him too much. He's in no risk of slowing Wayne G down at the moment, though, is he? Oh, that was a big moment there from Chuck. He managed to save. Oh, he stayed out. He stayed out wide. So Wayne G, will he come into pit this time round? So no, he's favouring track position again. Brian Carney, he's going to stay out as well. So Vex, yeah, Vex is in this time. I did say I thought that was when he went in a lap after Chan, so Vex is in there. I think that was something we saw off there. I'm not sure who that was. Toten, he's going to move through now, isn't he? Still yet to pit, though. Wow, and Dizzy Rip's moved through as well, so Dizzy Rip up to 4th place. You never know, he might do. Perhaps he is favouring the no-stop. Will he be able to make that fuel last though, Chand? I'm not too sure. I don't think he's got a lot left, has he? For sure. And Wayne G's in the pits now. So Brian stayed out, he's favoured track position, he's going to take that race lead, so we have a new race leader. I think Toten's going to move through as well, if Toten stays out. And we know how good Toten is with that tyre wear as well. He can run on very, very, very heavily worn tyres, can't he? So Dizzy Rip, he's moved up to 3rd place currently, and we will go on board with Wayne G as he comes out of the pits, because I think, as you say, he is going to be on an absolute flyer, isn't he? He's going to be trying to eat into that gap and try and make up some of that time. Here he comes. Yeah, I had it in, I think, 4th or 5th. No, he's not, is he? Yes. Definitely. He does look like he's absolutely flying. What can he do without no overtake, though? He's not got a lot of overtake left, Chan. I think you might be right there. I think if we was to go on board with Brian in just a second, then we'll see that Brian's probably used a lot less of that overtake. That is either a back marker or it is Dizzy Rip. Is it Dizzy Rip? No, it's not Dizzy Rip. So it is in fact a back marker, you were right. So Brian is now into the pits, yes. He's still got half of the overtake left. I think that's going to come into his advantage later on. So Toten's in also. Will Dizzy Rip follow? I think Dizzy Rip's going to stay out for a bit longer. And he does. So Dizzy Rip. Well done, Dizzy. He's up to the race lead. He's in first place at the moment, but he has got Brian, Wayne G, sorry, on an absolute warpath. Is he going to get past Brian? He's coming out now. It's going to be close. And that's Mawson. Mawson, the back marker up ahead. That was brilliant, wasn't it? Brian is, yes, in fact, on mediums. Graham moving over there to let him through. We got Mawson still racing, though. He's actually managed to take that place off of Graham as Graham moved over. That's right. Oh, I think we've got... You can see in the mirrors there, Wayne G, he's all over the back of Brian now. It's getting really close, isn't it? The battle for second place is really starting to heat up now. Dizzy Rip, he's a little way down the road, isn't he? But also still yet to pit. Definitely, definitely. I think Brian actually, is he starting to gap Wayne G a little bit now? I think he might be. I think he might be starting to, no, still looking fairly consistent, isn't it? But it's not as close. Wayne G isn't as close as he was. Oh, bit of a moment. That was a great save there. Kicking up the dust as well. That may have compromised him a little bit through that left-hander. So it is definitely well and truly on now. That overtake that Brian saved there should come into play. He should be able to break away, shouldn't he, from technically from Wayne G. And it's looking like he's starting to gap him already. Again, I keep saying that, and we go back on board and the gap doesn't look as big as I thought it previously was. Definitely. So we've got, yeah, we'll have a quick go through the pack. So we've got Dizzy Rip, he's your new race leader. He's currently in first place. We've got Brian Moncani in second place. Wayne G is there in third. We have Vexed in fourth. Toten starting to gain on him in fifth. We might have to keep an eye on these two because I think Toten will be launching an attack. But Chand there in sixth place. He's in the Red Bull. And then Chand, do you want to... Chuck with fastest lap. He's absolutely flying now, isn't he? Trying to get past his teammate. So a little bit inconsistent. Yeah, that's Palmer's teammate there. Oh, Chuck. They have caught up to Dizzy. He's trying to unlap himself, isn't he? Isn't he, Chant? It is allowed. If you excuse me. He must have had a moment somewhere, mustn't he? Wayne G now up to first place. Not too far back. Hopefully the back marker's not causing a problem there somewhere. We did see a few of them, didn't we? I think he's going to come out just ahead of Nathan.
Hi. Live stream. If you are pardon Leon, I can't hear him.
Oh, no way. So, Gabor's just told me that he can't actually hear Chand, which is tragic. And yes, I do in fact have a partner with me. I'm not sure why he can't be heard. That does put a dampener on things because we've just done obviously 30 minutes unaware that we couldn't hit Chant. Such as this streaming thing goes. We'll have to work on it and try and redo it again, because it has been great, hasn't it, Chant? To be fair, I know people ain't going to be able to hear you, but it has been good fun. I guess I'm just going to have to take the rest of this. I know, mate. I know. It's terrible. I think we're going to have to continue, aren't I? Anyway, continue. Finish the rest of the stream. Obviously, we've got 20 minutes to go. Just under. We've got 18 minutes. Obviously, if you've been watching up till now and thought that I was talking to somebody that wasn't there, Chand is in fact in a party with me. But for some unknown reason, it must be PlayStation. It's not allowing his voice to be shared for some strange reason. I will get on top of that. We'll try and sort out the niggles, and we will definitely try. Do you want to try the next one, Chand? Like the next round, the Sarf, I think it is. We can try and give that one a go for sure. But anyway, without further ado, we've got Winnie G still in first place. He's still in that race lead. Brian Moncani, he has dropped a little way off the back now. He's still got that overtake to use though, so I imagine he may still be able to catch, and we do see he started to use a little bit of it there. Obviously a battery system as opposed to a energy recovery system. So Vex is still in third place. Alright, brother, well, it's good to have you along, and yeah, we'll, like I say, we'll get that sorted for next time round for sure. Alright, dude. So Chand has just left the party. Obviously, he was with me to watch the stream and, you know, to do a joint comms with me, and it was great. Well, we thought it was great. Apparently, nobody can hear him, which is absolutely tragic. Toten's still trying to chase down Vexed. Tone's still got a little bit of overtake there to use, so I imagine he will be putting that to his use. Vex is still really trying his hardest to keep that podium position at the moment. He's looking good for it, but if he has a moment, that is going to cost him. Totem will surely take that third place.
Something on the party settings to allow other people to can be heard on streams, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, thank you, Totem. We did have a look at the settings before the race to try and make sure that everything was tickety-boo, but for some reason, not working. So Ice Chandy's there in 5th place. He's got Dizzy Rip not too far behind him now. Dizzy has looked rapid all evening. Dizzy is also now on the softs as well, so I think he's going to cause some trouble for Chan soon. And he's been doing fairly consistent 109s, 108s on the mediums. He's now on the soft, so I expect that lap time to come down. He's actually, lap 28 was a 107.9, so not far off the top 3, top 4. And he is now starting to pressure Chan. He's not used any of that overtake as well. So maybe strategically saving it for his soft stint later on in the race. He knows that everybody else is probably going to have used theirs. And it is looking now like he might have the prime opportunity to get the overtake done. As he comes down the start, finish straight under the bridge. Is he going to have the momentum into turn 1? He's having a look. No, he's not going to quite get it done that time round. That's intelligent driving there from Dizzy, not to just chuck it up the inside. I think he's going to wait for Chan to have a bit of a moment and then capitalise on that. We'll come back to them two in just a sec. So Nath, Ron Bouts, he's there in 7th place. Not quite getting through the whole rundown before. Chuck, he's there in 8th. He's still got the fastest lap with a 106.555. So Chuck absolutely trying to charge his way through the pack now. He's on worn softs. Mawson's there in 9th. Mawson having some moments early on in the race. That didn't help his efforts, did it? He was up there in, I think it was 4th, he qualified, or 5th. Managed to make up a few positions, but then lost it all. He's currently in 9th place. Wenny G starting to go, oh no, Mawson's had another moment. Commentator's curse there coming into effect. That's unlucky. Wenny G's going to move through easily. He's still being chased by Brian Moncani. We got Smurf there in 10th place. He's in the McLaren. Graham, he's in 11th in the Alpine. He's only just pitted though, so he's got a fresh set of softs and some more fuel. Asbo's there in 12th place. He's managed to make up a few 13th place, so Palmer having a bit of a shocker. He didn't do too badly, did he, in his first stint, but then having a few moments, dropping to the back of the pack. He's now on racing hards, curiously. I'm not sure if he thought he had to run all compounds or if he just fancied the hards, but sliding it around that turn there. I think that was turn 6 up to 7. The approach to the corkscrew. Let's see if he manages to get through the corkscrew unscathed. He's been looking a little bit sketchy, hasn't he, on the hards, so yeah, relatively. Oh, big moment on the exit though. Ginger's there in 14th. Also in a McLaren. And then we've got Wayne G. Wayne G is still currently a race leader. See how far back Brian is. I think is that Brian we can see there, or is that a back marker? I'm not too sure. So still in first place, Wayne G's got half a tank of fuel left. Obviously 38 minutes now, so only 12 minutes left of this race. He's definitely got enough fuel to take him to the end. Their medium's looking a little bit worn now, but obviously they've got a bigger lifespan, haven't they, than the softs, so they should definitely get him to the end. I think it's going to be around 40 laps. As we see Chuck having a bit of a moment there, he's gone off onto the gravel. Maybe trying to stay out of the way of Wayne G, and we go on board with Brian Moncani. He's a little way back now, isn't he? trying to do his best, isn't he, to try and catch up again to Wayne G. He was on the back of him, but I think he had a moment, actually. He was ahead of Wayne G. I think he must have had a moment, and Wayne G managed to get past and then pull away. So he's currently settling for second position. Vexed now under attack from Toten. He's currently in third place. He'd like to keep hold of that podium slot, but Toten is really on his bumper now, isn't he? Well, he's not on his bumper, he's on his wing. He's up his gearbox. So Vex doing all he can to try and keep Toten behind him. You can see his defensive driving there. That's great defending there from Vexed. I can tell you I was absolutely sweating at this point. No overtake left. I wasn't sure whether Toten had any, but well, I just wanted to try and keep it ahead. Covering off the inside there, making sure Toten didn't go for a late lunge. I don't think he would have done it anyway. Gabor is he's a very good driver, very respectable driver. We don't normally see any dives from Toten, but he is really starting to pressure Vex now. Vex in the Alpha Tauri. And we've got a yellow flag as well. Smurf! He's come across the track. This was a great battle, wasn't it, Gabor? It was absolutely fantastic. I was doing all I could to try and keep you behind me, but as we will see shortly, Toten does in fact manage to get past. We've got on board with Toten, and you can see he's got a very, very tiny, minuscule amount of overtake left there, but that is more than Vext had. You can see he's on it now. He's trying to make the use of that to get past Vex there. Vex coming off the inside again. Toten goes around the outside. Does he know Vex is still there? He's still covering it off side by side. Absolutely fantastic from these two. And there you go. Oh, tiny bit of contact on the exit, but not really. Oh, Vex still trying to come back though. Vex still trying to come back. Is he going to get that move done? He's going to have to go the long way round. Toten coming off the inside. That was great defensive driving there from Toten. I think that was it. I think that was where Toten managed to start pulling away, and you can see there he is. He's started to gap Vexed already. Already a couple of car lengths ahead. Oh, and Toten, he's had a moment. It's like going to let Vex through. Side by side again. He's trying to get a long way round. Toten coming off the inside. Well, that was a great recovery there from Toten. Vex still not managing to get past him. The battle for third place really starting to heat up though. Oh, but as Vex has a moment. Nearly costing him there. He managed to save it though. It was a great save. And Ginge in the background there, starting to try and unlap himself. 42 minutes in. 8 minutes left of this race. 7.5 minutes. And Toten he's started to gap Vex now. He started to pull away. Vex did all he could, didn't he, to hold on to that third place, but Toten firmly with a step up as he has another moment. Vex not close enough to capitalise though. Same corner, or same exit of the same corner where he had a moment. So Vex now down to fourth place. The back marker of Ginger actually managing to get past him, so firmly trying to unlap himself. Dizzy Rip up to fifth. So we managed to get past Ice Chand in the end. We missed that pass, but he's been looking quick all evening, hasn't he, as Dizzy. Obviously on the sauce for his late stint as well, so He should be quick. And is that? No, it's not. So Vex is still a little way ahead. I thought that was Vex we could see up ahead of Dizzy. But it's in fact Asbo in 11th. Chand! No, we go aboard as Chand as he has a moment. He's into the barrier. He's managed to collect the car though. Oh, that was a big moment there from Chand. And that's allowed Rumbouts through to 6th place. Nathan Rumbouts, Brian Mulcahy's fellow countryman. Ice Chand, he's rejoined in 7th place. But he is some way off Nathan now, isn't he? Mawson's there in 8th. Brian Mulcahy's obviously just got past him. Mawson obviously having a shaky start to the race. He's managed to regain some positions. He's back up to 8th, but I don't think he'll be happy with this race. Chuck, he's there in 9th. That was starting to be pressured by the pattern marker of Ginge, who's, as I say, trying to unlap himself furiously. He's actually doing a really good job as well, so fair play there, Ginge. But Chuck, he's in 9th currently. So he is the leader of the 3 Ferraris in this race. Graham up to 10th. He's also on the softs for his last stint. Asbo there in 11th place, trying to make the most of that slipstream of Dizzy up ahead. I think he's had a bit of a lonely race this evening as Asbo. He's had a couple of mistakes and I think that's cost him. He was looking fast through practice and qualifying. He was fast last season as well, wasn't he? He had some really good results last season, so I think we're going to see good things to come from Asbo. Smurf down to 12th now, but obviously he had to pit, didn't he? We saw, I think that was Ginge having a moment in the background as he's trying to unlap himself. So Smurf 12th place, he's got a little bit of a gap now to Asbo, but if Asbo has another moment, he will surely get that 11th place. Palmer 13th. So in fact, he's actually ahead of Smurf, who's in 12th. And Ginger's there in 14th, so not too far behind Smurf now. In fact, no, he's got a little bit of work to do, isn't he? I think he's at least a lap down. Catching up to Nathan Rumbouts in 6th place. And we go on board with a race leader who is still Wayne G. I'm not sure if that's Brian who's starting to catch up in the background there. It could be, that could be the Mercedes of Brian Mulcahy. And it is. So Brian Mulcahy, after having a moment, I think he started to regain on Wayne G. So maybe he'll be able to go for a move before the end of the race, but still a little way to go yet. He's only got 3 minutes. In fact, who was that? That wasn't Wayne, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Wayne. So I'm not sure who that was. We saw a car off. Brian Mulcahy, he's just used the last of his overtake in an attempt to try and close that gap to Wayne G. Toten's still in 3rd. So Vexed, he's definitely not managed to catch up to him again, has he? I think just maybe looking after his tyres a little bit better than Vexed. And Vexed now, he may be at risk of losing that 4th place to Dizzy. Dizzy started creeping up. Yo, Brian, welcome along, man. I wasn't going to do a stream. Obviously, you guys know I don't normally do a stream. It's normally a post-race comms, but yeah. I mean, me and Chand, we were trying to do a dual comms, but Toten couldn't hear Chand, so obviously it's just me finishing up the race now. But here's Vexed in 4th place, still under pressure from Dizzy. Dizzy is still trying to make his way past him. Is he going to have the be able to get past him? He's got the tyre advantage, I feel, hasn't he? He's on softs, Vexed on the mediums, but then Dizzy, his tyre wear is almost equal to Vexed, and Vexed is on the mediums, so his softs probably going to start to fade soon. 49.5 minutes, so we're going to have to go on board with the race leader in just a second. So we'll have a quick rundown. So Wenny G still in 1st place, Brian McCarney is in 2nd, Toten is 3rd, Vexed is 4th, Dizzy Rip here in 5th, Ice Chand is 6th, Mawson is 7th, Nath is into the pits, he's in 8th, Chuck is 9th, Graham is 10th, Asbo 11th, Gary Smurf is 12th, Palmer 13th, Ginge 14th, and Wayne G. So we're now on board with the race leader. He's had a cracking race, this one, hasn't it? Cracking strategy from Wayne G. He did just enough to stay ahead of Brian there. Obviously, Brian having that moment, didn't he, a few laps back, and giving Wayne G the opportunity to get past, and Wayne G started to run away with it. Brian doing so well, though, so well to catch up towards the end, just not quite enough. You can see him there, he's still trying to put the pressure on, he's still trying to charge Wayne G. Is he going to be able to get past him along the start-finish straight? I think Wayne G's done enough, has he? Wayne G and Brian McCarney. So Wayne G, he's going to take the checker flag. Brian McCarney, 2nd place. Great race there from Brian. Toten, he managed to snag that 1st place away from Vexed. He'll be happy with that one. I think Vexed will be kicking himself. One too many mistakes, and it cost him a podium. It would have been his 1st one of the season as well. But Toten, they're in 3rd place. Great racing there from Toten. As I say, Vex finishing in 4th. Dizzy was 5th. Ice Chand, he brought him 6th. Mawson 7th. Ron Bowers 8th after that pit at the end there. Chuck 9th. Graham 10th. Asbo was 11th. Smurf was 12th. I think Palmer 14th. And Ginge bringing up the rear in 15th. Well, that was it, guys. That was round 3. We'll be back next week, well, after Sunday, with round 4, which is Circuit de la Sarthe. And we'll try and get the comms issue sorted out and get all the iron all the flaws out, and we'll get Chan back to do the dual comms again for the next round, or at least we'll attempt it again anyway. And thank you to those who came along and supported us and watched the stream. Obviously, as I said, I don't normally do a stream, I normally do a post-race comms. But yeah, without further ado, I've been your boy Vexed. That was round 3, Laguna Seca, and we'll be back with round 4, Circuit de la Sarthe. Good night.